Why does it feel like you're drifting through life, even when you're surrounded by noise, options, distractions, and fleeting moments of pleasure? Why is there a hollow ring beneath your laughter, a quiet ache behind your victories, a sense of meaninglessness that creeps in when the lights go off and no one's watching? It's not because you're broken, it's because you've built your life on scaffolding that can't hold the weight of your soul. The big reason your life feels empty is because you've traded essence for appearance, depth for distraction, and discipline for dopamine. You've mistaken movement for progress, applause for worth, and consumption for purpose. You scroll, you click, you chase, but you rarely sit with yourself, truly alone, in silence, unshielded by screens or ego. You mistake being busy for being alive. And yet, Marcus Aurelius warned you, it is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live. You've never truly lived because you've never truly chosen. You've drifted with the current of culture, absorbed the values of the crowd without interrogating them. The Stoics called this living according to nature, not in the sense of trees and birds, but in the sense of living in alignment with your rational, moral essence. But you've abandoned that. You know it. That's why you lie awake some nights, wondering what all this is for. That's why, after the party, after the promotion, after the lust, you feel nothing but the weight of your own disconnection. You've lost the capacity to stand still in yourself. Epictetus said, "You become what you give your attention to." So ask yourself, what have you been attending to? The opinions of strangers? The validation of digital ghosts? The curated avatars of people pretending to be whole? You've become hollow because you've poured your attention into hollow things. Every click was a prayer to the wrong God. Every moment of envy was a confession of your own forgotten power. You've built an altar to the trivial and sacrificed your sacred fire on it, and now you wonder why your life lacks warmth. You confuse pleasure for peace, but Seneca warned that the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. You've lived perpetually, for tomorrow you'll change. Tomorrow you'll be better, tomorrow you'll begin. But the Stoic path is forged in the present. Not the idealized present, not the planned or perfected version, but the raw, imperfect, unfiltered now. Your life feels empty because you've been waiting to live. You've put your soul on layaway, waiting for the right circumstances to finally start being who you're meant to be. But the Stoics didn't wait. They trained in the mud of reality. They embraced the harsh, the uncomfortable, the daily wrestle with ego and illusion. You can't fill the void with achievement, consumption, or relationships that orbit your insecurities. You must become solid. You must earn your own respect, not through external wins, but through the quiet mastery of your inner fortress. That's what you've neglected building the citadel within. You've decorated the facade, but the foundation is crumbling. The Stoics remind us, character is fate. Your habits of thought are your destiny. Your emotional patterns are your biography in the making. You want to feel full? Then stop outsourcing your identity. Stop performing. Stop chasing. Start remembering who you were before the world told you what to be. Return to the stillness. Cultivate clarity, not noise. Practice presence, not pretense. Refuse to be a puppet to your cravings. You are not your urges, your failures, or even your triumphs. You are the will behind the wheel. Life does not owe you meaning. You must forge it through responsibility, courage, self-command. Do not ask the world to make you whole. Ask yourself who you need to become to walk with dignity through this chaos. The Stoics didn't promise comfort, they offered strength. They offered a path, not out of pain, but through it. So embrace the emptiness not as a curse, but as a signal. It is your soul's alarm bell, warning you that you've wandered off course. And now, it demands your return. Not to some idealized version of life, but to this breath, this decision, this battle within. Your life feels empty because you've been passive. Reclaim your agency. Choose to live as if your soul were watching every move because it is. Choose discomfort when it makes you stronger. Choose silence when the world screams. Choose character when the moment tempts you to fold. In the end, the world will forget most of what you did, but you will not forget the kind of person you became. So make yourself into someone worth remembering, especially to yourself.